Yikes, yet another interview done by the folks over at Black Rifle Coffee. In this case, it's Evan Hafer, the CEO of Black Rifle Coffee, that is done by someone who either doesn't understand why people were upset in the first place or is running defense for them, as Joe Rogan now slamming anyone who had a problem with Black Rifle Coffee, calling people butthurt and other things like that. It's actually very frustrating as yet another interview given to somebody who doesn't understand even the basics of why people are upset. Now, I will say this. I've talked directly with them, and they offered to meet with me down in San Antonio, an offer I originally accepted. It was like on a Thursday or Friday when I was trying to book the flight. Because a flight is not cheap and a hotel isn't cheap, I decided that I would need to do some collaborations while I was down there to make it work. And it was just too short of a window to get other people. I was going to do something with Donut, something he ultimately agreed on. But because I get weird travel anxiety, I couldn't book last minute and head down. So in their defense, they have offered to speak with me directly. I've spoken to them on the phone, and I will take them back up on that when I'm down there. I'll be down there for a speaking engagement in the near future, and so I'll go speak to them at that time. So to be fair, they have offered to speak to me directly, and I will take them up on that. In the meantime, Joe Rogan slamming people who had a problem with the company, and Donut Operator stepping in it a little bit, defending them too. I want to be also clear about Donut. Love his content. I don't know him personally. I hope to, get to know him better when I go down there and visit. Nothing personal. I've been in the same position where a sponsor of mine was in some hot water. At the time, it was Nord when they had data breach and things like that. I get it. People want the pound of flesh from the company, from you, because, you took a sponsorship from them. I understand it. It's absolutely no hard feelings. I don't blame Donut for trying to defend Black Rifle Coffee or the people that are probably his friends at this point. Nothing personal there. But he also deployed another defense of the company, I think, from a position of not understanding exactly why people are mad at them. And it's just a huge mess because Donut's a good guy, and Black Rifle Coffee Company does good things. They do a lot of good things for veterans. And this New York Times article and subsequent kind of culture clash doesn't diminish any of that. So I want to be very clear that, I think that they do a lot of things, in particular for disabled vets, that are amazing and should be lauded. This particular issue is separate. So I see an article come out that says, Joe Rogan slammed right-wingers for canceling Black Rifle Coffee in reaction to a New York Times article in which the veteran-owned company leaders tried to distance themselves from people they didn't like that latched on to their coffee brand over the years. Rogan, speaking on the Joe Rogan Experience, posted on Spotify, with BRCC CEO Evan Hafer, said that he thought it was so weird to see cancel culture come from the right. First of all, cancel culture is absolutely something that has been deployed by the right over the years. Probably most notably with, the Roseanne versus the James Gunn director. But the right absolutely has engaged in cancel culture. There's a difference, though, between a boycott and cancel culture. In one being that, look, people are just not going to want to buy your product anymore. And the other is actively going out there and seeking and telling others that they shouldn't be buying your product, telling people you shouldn't be able to buy it. So there's a slight difference. I don't really think this qualifies as cancel culture. Again, I think that Joe Rogan doesn't understand why people are mad. Rogan told Hafer, when people were attacking you, I got butthurt. I was like, come on, Evan, get the F out of here. I was like, I've got to have you on. It was so weird to see cancel culture come from the right. I didn't know it worked that way. I didn't know you effing idiots would do the same thing. What's going on? Again, if Rogan thinks that the right doesn't do cancel culture, then he's not paying attention. Some of Hafer's comments in the article led to backlash from conservatives, especially the far right. Again, no, that's not exactly right. Hafer in July 2021, Times article said, can the Black Rifle Company become the Starbucks? We already know about the article and the quote. Here's the thing. let me be very succinct in the issue, since apparently everybody interviewing this guy doesn't have any clue why people are upset. One, retweeting the New York Times article while providing zero qualifiers, then pretending later that they were misrepresented only after the backlash, meaning the social media account retweeted it, never complained about being misquoted or misrepresented until the backlash happened. Then suddenly everyone was supposed to believe that you were outraged by the article. Now, that may be true. Now, this is the conversation I would have had face-to-face, which I hope to have later this month, but I just couldn't afford to go down there if I couldn't also do collabs. This may be true, but the timing made it look bad. Second, obviously the disavowal and mixed messages in terms of Kyle. I don't think anyone would have had a problem with, you saying, hey, this person's not sponsored by us just because they're wearing a shirt with our coffee brand on it. But that's not what you did. On top of that, you also liked this tweet back then saying, Black Rifle Coffee is legit through and through. Evan Hafer is a solid and brilliant dude. When that little girlfriend-hitting Kenosha LARPer dweeb wore a BRC shirt, it didn't mean he's endorsed. BRC denounce his punk rear. People, cancel culture is sheepish. It's getting worse. And he liked that tweet. Again, that's not saying, hey, we don't sponsor this person. That's a little curious. And then you went on another podcast and you said, I definitely support his right to defend himself. Then your kind of soft Twitter account blocking anyone with criticisms, including myself, laughing about the thought of doxing Alex Jones. There's that. How about this one? How about this one? As Black Rifle Coffee blocks conservatives, it's important to understand that CEO Evan Hafer hired Act Blue Democrat donors to run his IT and social media. You can see here. And again, I don't think that a company should be asking somebody's political affiliations before they hire them. They should hire the best person for the job. But it's interesting. You see two people donating significant money in 2020 to Act Blue. And these both work for Black Rifle Coffee Company. You can see one of them is the paid media manager at Black Rifle Coffee Company, a media buyer. And the other one is the VP of Information Technology. By the way, who the hell donates money to political parties? These people don't need our money. How much are you paying these employees that they have money to make multiple donations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 separate donations in a 2-month span. Now, they might have both been $5. I don't know what the minimum is, but cringe. Again, is this inherently a problem? No, it isn't. You should have a diverse group of political leanings working for your company, but maybe that's why they are so quick to block people. And maybe that's why they were so quick to retweet the New York Times article. Maybe these people talked you into that. Again, look, Evan, we've talked, very nice guy. Donut, very nice guy. And I really hope that they don't take this personally, but I wouldn't be doing my job if I just ignored it because they're nice guys. Donut posted, a lot of people have problems with BRCC. I promise you, there's some of the best human beings out there and do so much great stuff for many people. Please do some research before you regurgitate things on the internet. Again, I don't think anyone is discounting the work that they've done for vets. If they are, that's not okay. You can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. He continues to tag in all the Black Rifle people. And then you see, I'm actually curious because I don't know, WTF was up with the whole political donation stuff. I heard something about a lost bet. Donut says one of the owners lost a bet and donated $500 of his personal money to a Democrat thing. I don't even know. I don't care about, I don't even put that on my list of things I wanted to ask him about because it's so ridiculous. Who would make a bet and make you donate money? I don't know, I guess. Even if that's true, it's not an important issue for me. And then he talks about, I was personally there when they brought dozens of disabled veterans. Yes, and I think that was awesome. That's great, Donut. What's their stance on Kyle? They don't want to profit off a controversial incident. Yeah, maybe. That's not exactly how they laid it out. And, ultimately you see this brought up. Donut didn't reply to that. But again, he shouldn't have to. I want to be very clear. Donut shouldn't have to stand like for every little thing what the company does. But someone posts this from Revolver and says that it's a terrible article. Well, let's take a look. How BRCC used every trick in the book to fool conservatives. This was on July 20th, 3 weeks ago. Black Rifle actually hates populists and conservatives. In fact, it's willing to pay you to never be their customer again. That's a takeaway from the company's 7,000-word profile in the New York Times last week. Maybe. I don't know. Again, Hafer's choice of disavowal is revealing. One doesn't even have to like the Proud Boys to know that calling them racist is ridiculous. The group's leader is sometime FBI informant Enrique Tarrio, an Afro-Cuban. It famously attracts Hispanics, Asians, and Polynesians. The Proud Boys are all male and proud Western chauvinists. Hafer could have called them, a wide variety of other things, but he chose to call them racists. Yeah, I mean, maybe there are individual people in the company that have or in the Proud Boys that have backwards opinions. That's possible. But I don't think that you can call that entire organization. You have this here. Instead, you could see a tweet, undeniably a PR hiccup for BRCC, gave the impression that Black Rifle was sponsoring him. Instead, you could see, given the American environment in 2020, BRCC could have stood out simply by said nothing, or they could have released a statement clarifying that BRCC wasn't sponsoring his legal fight and explained how supporters could do so, or best of all, they could have seized the opportunity to support him. Instead, the company did exactly what literally every other company would have done. It aggressively distanced itself from Kyle and refused to even say his name, calling him only, quote, the 17-year-old facing charges. The CEO of Black Rifle, Schaefer, deleted his tweet. I think that there are subtle things that, why did you delete that tweet if you stood by it? Why did you go out of your way to not name the kid? It's just bizarre. I don't know. I think that, again, I don't really drink coffee, but what I do concern myself with is the possibility that, somebody may be grifting my audience. And I do think that the guys from BRCC seem really good, but, they blocked me for a single retweet. All I did was retweet their New York Times article and they blocked me. I mean, that's what leftist companies do. A corporation, this is a company that I've emailed numerous times to try and gain a sponsorship from. It's not like I just hate on them. I could dig up the emails, probably more than once, where I emailed them and asked, hey, are you accepting any sponsorships? I'm not a hater. And, if I do get a chance to talk to them, I think that they'll follow up, and I think that they hopefully will be able to clear up a lot of this. I just think they aren't being asked the right questions because people didn't take the time to understand actually why people are mad. I hope you enjoyed this video. No hate, Donut, or the guys from BRCC. They've been very kind and offering to explain themselves to me. The logistics are just holding it back. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.